This is the Little Moments Count radio podcast, created in partnership with community radio stations throughout Minnesota. Each episode, you'll hear interviews with early childhood experts on how to support the important brain development that takes place in the first 1,000 days of life, just through little moments every day. Learn more at littlemomentscount.org/podcast.
It's FM 89.9, KMOJ, Walter Q. Bear Banks Jr. Got you on the afternoon drive and letting you know, and you know right about this time, every other Tuesday what takes place at about 3:30. We talk about it and we let you know when it comes to Little Moments Count. Now let me give you a little bit of insight with Little Moments Count. It's in partnership with the Little Moments Count and KMOJ Radio, and I'm letting you know the Little Moments Counts, it is a statewide collaborative that focuses on helping parents and caregivers learn about the importance of brain development in the first 3 years of life. Nearly 80% of brain growth happens in the first 1,000 days. Now, even with that, we're talking about talking, playing, reading, singing, and the list goes on. And if you like more information, you can always lock in and visit at littlemomentscount.org. This afternoon, we got Mr. Andre Dukes to talk to us and let us know what's going down. I'd like to say first, good afternoon to you, sir, and happy holidays.
Good afternoon, Brother Q Bear. It's so good to hear your voice and good to be on the radio today.
No doubt, no doubt. For the listening audience, give them just a little bit about yourself when it comes to that you do, because you're over at NAS, which is Northside Achievement Zone, as a Vice President of Family and Community Impact. But give us a little bit of more insight about some of the stuff that you do, because you strategize when it comes to the youth and those little infants and helping them to grow.
Absolutely. The goal of the Northside Achievement Zone is that all children graduate high school, college, and career ready. We take a two-generation approach. So not only do we focus on scholars and their academics, but we're also focusing on the needs of the parents around housing, career, and finance. And then there's a community health strategy that really runs through everything that we do. And so we believe that it really takes schools, communities, parents, and policy working together to ensure that our children can be successful and go on to college or career. So, we understand that, students might take different paths, but we want to make sure that they're prepared to do whatever they high school.
Now, when it comes to the youth and the youngsters within itself, and over at Northside Achievement Zone, you've been real entrenched with making a lot of things happen over that way. But give us just a little bit of insight when it comes to the holiday season, and we're talking about parenting within itself and how parents can incorporate family traditions that takes place during the holiday season that will help impact the senses and the routines and the imaginations of a young one's life.
Absolutely. So I first just want to acknowledge that, parents have different views on this subject, and I respect all views related to celebrating holidays. Not everyone celebrates the holidays, but holidays are an important time of the year for children, and particularly their development, because it offers children a dedicated time with their families, so families come together. It also provides a routine time of the year where they can anticipate, oh, I can't wait till this time of year comes because I just love the holiday season. But then it also creates opportunities for them to be creative and to, do arts and crafts and just to imagine. And so, that's really what today's focus is about. It's about building the imaginations of our children using the holidays as an opportunity to do so.
So can you think of some things or ideas or concepts we could work with to where some of the parents out there that might be on the younger side and even some of the older, because not everybody, there's not a in-stitch book that says how to be a parent that truthfully says how to be. But then at the same time, what would you say are some of the things that you would, advise someone to try to do in order to help with that growth side?
Absolutely. So I think the thing that parents need to know is that imaginative play is important for young children, as it is, not only building character, but it also helps adults understand the perspective of the child. And so, we tend to, look at everything as black and white. It's do and don't. And children are really not focused on the do and don't. They are really focused on what's possible. And I think that is, something that we have lost in everything that's going on in our society when we look at, things that are happening around the world, things that are happening in the community. We lose sight of what is possible. But guess what? Our children don't. They are looking for opportunities to imagine, to explore, to learn new things. And so this is how they see the world. They're exploring their environment. And so the more that we can see the world from their perspective, we know better how to, provide these opportunities for them. And so children, certainly see the world differently. And this is why, dishes can become toys. And dress up has nothing to do with a matching outfit. Children would just put on things because it looks cool, it looks exciting, it looks interesting. And so it may not look right to us, but to them, it's perfectly fine. And I even think about, how children love to create, the magical world. And this is why holidays are so special because children love fairy tales. And so that whole, imagination world that they can create in their own minds. And this is why they love to read those kinds of fictional books because it just opens up a whole different world that is different than what they're seeing. They're imagining what is possible. So I think that's so important.
No doubt, no doubt. And also when it comes to you and some of your work and working with Family Academy and Proud Papa, give us just a little bit of insight when it comes to family within itself as a nucleus of a whole, of the unit of a mother and a father being there for that parent. Because we know that even in today's times, there's a tilt in how lifestyles are and different things that are going on. But the importance of that father being there for that child, just as well as the mother being there for that child.
Man, you're talking my language. So, one of the things that I certainly impress upon all families is that the mother and the father play a dual primary role in interacting with their children. They have equal benefits, but though the way they interact looks differently. And so, certainly, mothers are more nurturing just naturally. And that's not to say that fathers are not nurturing, they are nurturing, but fathers lead with play and excitement. That's not to say that mothers don't lead with play and excitement, but it's just the ways that we naturally engage with our children. But just understanding that the way that we engage have equal benefits for our children and those relationships, the bonding that happens with the mother and the father is equally important to the child. I think we have to continue to just impress that upon our families that, working together as a mother and a father really has great benefits for the child, no matter what the relationship dynamic looks like.
And as a educator such as yourself, and we're looking at the dynamics of families within itself, and not all of them are complete and whole, but then at the same time, sometimes you got to do what you got to do to make it work. What would you say to a family out there that's struggling in the process of just showing each other love and getting together to show love? What would you say?
Absolutely. I would say swallow your pride. We all get hurt. We all have feelings. None of us are perfect, but we need each other at the end of the day. And like I said, children see the world differently, and children are more forgiving than adults are many times. Children, you can, have a bad moment with a child, and by the evening time, they've forgotten all about that. They still desire for you to love them and give them attention and affection and all of those things. And so if we can, see the need in each other, that we need each other and that we can benefit from our relationships, then I think we would just engage each other differently. I see value in everyone. Everyone plays an important role in my life. Otherwise, you wouldn't show up. And so it's important that I understand the value that you are bringing to every interaction we have and then celebrate that together.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Mr. Andre Dukes. And Mr. Dukes, sir, if anyone would like to get in contact with you or find more information about what we're speaking on, do you have a website or phone number? What can we go with?
You can certainly go to the Northside Achievement Zone website at the-naz.org, or you can email me directly at adukes at the-naz.org, or you can call me at 612-239-0302, and I'd be happy to talk with you.
And I want to say have a blessed week and weekend, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, New Year, Kwanzaa, and anything else you're celebrating. All right, brother?
Thank you. Happy holidays to you and everyone in the community.
No doubt, no doubt. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Mr. Andre Dukes, and letting you know that littlemomentscount.org/podcast is where you can get a recording of this as well as see the show within itself. Little Moments Count. All you got to do is visit the website at littlemomentscount.org. It's FM 89.9 KMOJ.
Thanks for listening to the Little Moments Count radio podcast in partnership with community radio stations throughout Minnesota. You can find the Little Moments Count radio podcast wherever you get your podcasts and at littlemomentscount.org/podcast.